Hello fellow pilots, I'm Japan and this is next episode How to Play. Today we'll talk about Re.2005 Sagittario. It's Italian light fighter on tier 7 in European tech tree, just added to the game for 25th anniversary of Wargaming. In sets of missions of course, so if you complete 30 missions then you can get this plane for free, but for free it's not accurate because the missions are so hard like never before, and for many players this is simply gonna be mission impossible, but of course Wargaming have genius of no limit and they sell certificates, so you can get over any difficult mission by buying certificates and so on. You know the drill, money making machine. Show must go on. So for 25th anniversary of Wargaming they decide to fart up to our faces and they say that this is light wind from Scandinavia. Now let's move to the good sides of this plane. So this is European tech tree, so you can change the nation, train any pilot, and this is a very good looking plane. Italians built 48 of them. They are real plane, they participate in a war, and they've been evaluated by British and American experts, and they said that this plane, if it's not the best, then it's one of the best fighter of the war. And of course, for some good players who have time to do those missions, we can say that this plane will be for free. And I always say that any premium plane for free is good, but that's just about it. Gun armament sucks, airspeed sucks, maneuverability sucks, matchmaking is a dog shit. I played 10 battles in it, and first battle up against tier 7, and then 9 battle in a row up against tier 8, bombers, P-61s, and me, Plankton. Come on, this is just a joke. Like, I thought that's even impossible, that to have that many battles in a row up against tier 8. I thought that matchmaking have some mercy, and after 7 battles in a row, no matter what, they put you up against tier 7, or even bots if needed, that kind of stuff. But no, that's not the case. So let's get into the important stuff. Let's start with the maneuverability of this plane. Average time to turn 360 degrees is 11.4 seconds, and it's without any equipment or pilot skills. Now, in a game we have 3 other light fighters which have wars, and it's Meteor with 12.3 seconds, and BF-109K6 with 11.7 seconds, and Kostikov 303 with 13.1 seconds. Any other light fighter in a game have better average turn time, so you have to be aware of that. Don't turn after any Spitfire or any Japanese light fighter. If you attack this light fighter just from surprise attack or head-on attack, and that's not gonna work, you're not gonna kill it in the first pass, then you have to be ready to disengage. If you see that he's coming after you, then use your boost, use your extra engine cooldown, whatever, just use your speed to disengage, but never go into the turn or you're going to burn. So yeah. Now, in case of the Messerschmitt Bf-109K6, there is a thing that this is a very popular plane. A lot of players play this, so you're gonna see this in battle quite often. And Bf-109K6 have better firepower, better speed, and better altitude performance, so the only upper hands we have is average turn time. So I wouldn't recommend you to build this spaghetti for speed only, because a lot of players of Bf-109K6 are going to build this for maneuverability because he is already very fast. And in that case, he's going to be able to outmaneuver you, and that sucks. Okay, let's get back to my hangar. Okay, as you can see here, my build is a kind of mix between maneuverability and speed. Thanks to that, I have 10.6 average turn time. So Bf-109K6 could actually go a little bit lower than that if he is fully built for maneuverability, I guess, but that's going to be insignificant, and I can always use my stall speed, which is better, 155 km per hour. So I'm gonna be better radius fighter in a dogfight, and we really need this extra speed. That's why I have this engine boost mixture. So because we're gonna run away quite a lot from more maneuverable light fighters, just like Italian army in the North Africa. So let's go to the speed now. So speed in this plane is very good, but on paper, again, just like Italian army. Now we have 517 km per hour cruise speed, and boost speed is 735 with this build. But here's the problem: you rarely gonna see your plane at this speed because he literally can't reach this. Like if I use this 8-second boost, which is pretty long, 8 seconds for a light fighter is okay, but if I turn on this and keep this boost on, then I barely cross the 700 km per hour, and then only just for a second, because that's gonna drop right away when the boost finish. So the speed is here a problem, even though on paper these planes look like really fast, but it's not. That's why I prefer this mix build for speed and maneuverability, because speed is not enough for many light fighters which are more maneuverable. They can catch up with you, and this is a big problem then. And I was wondering, why is that? So you see, in the game could be a drag force for every plane different, but game doesn't provide us with this information. But the same as game doesn't provide us with your view range, your detection range, or any module inside. Every engine, every wing have some HP pool and stuff like this. We just don't know that because game doesn't provide us with full information. So could be drag, but you know, it very well could be this shitty tiny pasta looking propeller. See this? Compare that to E220 or BF109. No, I'm just joking, but it's funny. Now we get back to pasta. Okay, so but what we do know is what kind of engine is in it and how much horsepower it has. So here, supposed to be German engine DB605. Very famous, very powerful engine, but here is the problem. Italian made it, and more precisely, Fiat made it. So let's take a look on other engines on its tier. Here we go. DB605, made in Germany for BF109G and BF109K6, and both have 2000 horsepower. See this? And now we go to the E220 Russian light fighters as well, 2000 horsepower, very good engine. Now Ki-84, 1990 horsepower. Then Spitfire, 1720 horsepower. Mustang, 1695 horsepower. And this Pasta DB605, made in Italy, 1475 horsepower. So this is the answer, mainly, I would say, and not much we can do about the speed with this plane, with such an engine, unfortunately. Okay, what left? Gun armament. We have 3 20mm cannons and we have 2 12mm heavy machine guns. So it seems to look like okay. First time I heard it, I was thinking, oh, that's great firepower, it's going to be fun to play. Unfortunately, it's not. On the scale, we have 22. Like 22, it's on tier 6 P39N Air Cobra have 22 on the scale. So unfortunately, it's not good firepower. On top of that, we have those cannons in the wings and in a hub, so it's going to be very difficult to put all those shells on target. And 12mm heavy machine guns damage is only 30, like compared to German 13mm heavy machine guns, which have almost 50. So not much we can do about that. We have a slot for gun armament, and I put here gas operation action. So I'm talking to you about the maximum what you can get. Maybe with some specialized equipment you can get a little bit more, okay? Or if you set up your bonuses differently. But actually no, I have the rate of fire here as well. So only specialized equipment can increase that just a little bit. But as you see, this is like calibrated to 478, and that's what I get, 22 on the scale. Come on, this is just way inadequate, okay? So if I take this equipment, so that's what we get, 19. Unfortunately, yeah. So not much we can do about that. Let's move to the altitude performance, and that's the last thing I want to talk about. So altitude performance are actually okay. We have maximum optimum altitude 2000, ceiling is 4000, and rate of climb is very good, 140. So it's very good, but still way behind planes like BF109G or BF109K6 or even this Russian fighter E220. So there are good few planes which have better altitude characteristic, but that's still it's enough for us to escape from some Spitfire or Japanese light fighters on higher altitude, not only in a straight line. So we can do this boom and zoom tactic if we like. Yeah, okay, so how to play this crap now? Let's take a look on basic tactic in a dogfight. So here we go, we're doing surprise attack on Spitfire from above, damage it, and what we doing? Run away, we not turn after him. There's another light fighter around, so LA5 we have to speed up and go on higher altitude. We use our extra cooldown for the engine, and after we disengage we can re-engage again, look for favorable situation and stuff like this. So there we go. Chop chop, and we get back to the business with Spitfire, and there's P-51D. So P-51D is a bigger threat, so we go and head on with it, because even with Ellis Clark he have less firepower than we have. But we pass him, we see that he's turning left, so we turning left, so we're doing two circle fights, so we have a greater separation and we get back to the head-on attack. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, there is another light fighter around us in this fight, Spitfire, and that's why he get this kill. So technically we shouldn't be in that fight in the first place. Another example, we dive for Key 84, fire at him, surprise attack, and we fly away. We not even look at him, just fly away. We see that he is busy, so we can get back, and he's damaged, so we can get back to head on. There you go. And we have a kill. Now, so that's how you play it, and there's another example how we can use speed to get away from the trouble. So there is an enemy airfield, we attack the P-51K now. It's going very well, but unfortunately there is another light fighter, K-84, just reborn on that airfield, so we have to use our speed boost to the maximum to get away from this situation. And you see I get damage my wing, so this is must-have consumable to repair your wing, because if you can't repair your wing you won't be able to get away from this situation, because with wing damage your speed is limited. Before I tell you my final thoughts on this machine, I want to show you the full battle, of course up against tier 8, where I managed to pull out some good result, and very rare Kozadup medal, exactly the one which you need for last mission for this plane. Enjoy!
A boy went back to Napoli because he missed the scenery, the native dances and the charming song. But wait a minute, something's wrong, 'cause now it's hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, go, go, go. You mixed up a Siciliano. All you Calabrese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't wanna tarantella, hey, hey mambo. No more mozzarella, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, try an angelada with the fishy bacala and then hey Goomba. I love how you dance the rumba. But take some advice, paisano, learn how to mambo. If you're gonna be a square, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano, hey, mambo, mambo Italiano, go, go, Joe. Shake it like a Giovanna. Hello, quesadilla, you get happy in the pizza when you mambo Italiano. You don't have to go to the school. Choose to make it with a beat the bambino. It's like a vino. Kid, you good looking, but you don't know what to cook and do. Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Ho, ho, ho. You mixed up a Siciliano. Hey, look, you get happy in the pizza when you mambo Italiano. ciao, bella ciao, 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 e le genti che passeranno mi diranno che bel fiore, in questo fiore del partigiano. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 questo fiore del partigiano, morto per la libertà.
Now let's sum up everything. So what I think about this plane is that it's very difficult to play and it's not for everyone, and definitely after all dust come down after this event you won't see those planes too often in the battles because not many people will like to play them, specifically when you have much better planes on this tier. And with this matchmaking where you can have almost 10 battles up against tier 8, where is fun in it? Come on. So if you want to have a good plane on tier 7, do yourself a favor and buy yourself E220. Do not spend any money on any certificates just to get the overcooked spaghetti. You can have much better plane completely for free from the tech tree, where you're gonna have much better results, I'm sure about that. Unless of course you are a Italian fan or Italian Air Force fan like myself a little bit, so I wanted to have that plane for my collection and that's why I go for it. But even as a fan you can be very disappointed, so let's leave it on that, okay? So thanks you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and enjoy it. So please leave a like if you like it and subscribe for future content. See you guys in the next one. Take care.